Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning.
You know, they say that the thing that people fear more than death is public speaking. And right up there with public speaking is probably the receiver of revenue. To create a recording system for your accounting and for your money in, money out is something like Excel. If you want to get a little bit more complicated and a bit more technical, there are accounting packages out there. And you don't actually have to spend any money on them because there are free source options like TurboCash. Operating those yourself do require some kind of understanding of what you're doing though. Whereas something like an Excel system or even a paper system requires an understanding of money in, money out. What have I invoiced this month and what have I spent? At the end of the day, that's what the receiver of revenue wants from you. What have you invoiced? What have you spent in making that income? And what is left? The scary, we come back to our fear of public speaking and death. Well, taxes, ladies and gentlemen, is like death. You're actually not going to avoid it. And the quicker you deal with it, and the quicker you get your affairs in order, the less scary it will be. And, the less problems that you will have in the long run.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
How many people here have clients who take your tax off before they pay you?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one discussion. The other thing is, for those of you who don't have clients who take your tax off before they pay you, how many people have separate bank accounts for SARS? So if you get, you invoice, you get paid, some of that money belongs to SARS. How many of you have a separate account for that money? One? Okay, two? I mean, that's been my biggest life-saving hack, is open a separate bank account, marked tax. When you get paid, you take 20% of that money, which isn't yours, and you put it in that bank account where you know you can't touch it. Then at the end of the year, when SARS comes knocking and asking for their money, it's actually there. And you don't end up where we've all ended up in the past, worrying a
In
lot.
terms of, if you are having PAYE deducted off or tax deducted off your receipts that you get from your clients, it is imperative that come the 28th of February, you start bugging those people for an IRP5.
There's like
Okay.
40 of them, and the
I know.
admin is ridiculous.
I know.
And they take 25%.
And you can help them by making sure that they have got your full name, your ID number, your address, and your income tax number.
Well, I haven't got one yet from this.
No, you probably wouldn't though, because they've redone the whole system of IRP5s, and employers were only able to start issuing IRP5s from the beginning of July.
Okay.
So you need to contact all of those people now.
So we've got a couple of questions here, and then there, and then there.
Okay.
And then here we go.
Working as a freelancer, apparently there are quite a lot of things that we can use as deductions.
Yes.
Purchasing equipment and normal household things, and because I work from home. But now what complicates it is that my wife, she works in a full-time job.
She works in it?
She works as a school teacher in a full-time job.
Okay.
So say for example, if like my money is like running out, and if I need a piece of equipment, she'll buy it. Now that's maybe not ideal because I can't really claim my tax back because it came off her amount. So what I basically need is an accountant who really specializes in freelancers and in the complications that freelancers who work, for example, like myself, who work from home but yet have a spouse who is in full-time employment, because it can get quite sort of muddled.
Messy.
Yeah, it can get quite messy. So if
I cannot, all small businesses are messy, trust me.
So
You're not alone in that, it happens a lot.
So if anyone can help you with that, Please.
If you'd like a business card, I'll gladly help you.
I'm just trying to keep track. Is there any direct response to that? Like 1 and then 2, and then I know there's 2 people here and someone over there is still waiting.
I just want to say that my boyfriend and I sorted out this way. He also has a full-time job. We try to keep it completely separate. Like I try to pay all telephone, all rent, all electricity, anything that can be deducted, whereas he tries to pay for groceries and personal things. So it's more keeping a system internally, seeing who pays for the stuff that can't be deducted, whereas I try to pay for all the stuff that can be deducted for.
And if I might just give you one little tip about your predicament there, if your wife is going to pay for that piece of equipment, from an accounting recording point of view, rather let her transfer the money for the equipment into your bank account and let you pay for it, than let her pay for it. It's easier to monitor the loan. Here pays income tax. The words that I'm using are provisional tax and PAYE, and they are all personal income tax under a different guise, under a different name, because of the circumstances in which they go to SARS. PAYE is deducted by somebody who pays you money. They take it off before they pay the money and they give it to SARS. Provisional tax is merely an interim payment of your income tax for the end of the financial year. So what will happen in terms, do you get a refund on your provisional tax? You pay provisional tax twice a year, you then submit your income tax return. If on that income tax return it is calculated that you have paid too much provisional tax, you will get a refund from your assessment from your income tax return.
Freelancers and solos to take over the world.